Welcome back. Now, before we get into the marketing campaign, there's a few things we should address first. People responsible for Sega's success were mainly Sega of America. While the home country of Japan did make the goods, the marketing genius came from the American branch. To put this into perspective, in America, Sega managed to attain 60% of the market share, while in Japan, they barely scratched 10%, due to the different marketing techniques. So really, the genius was behind the marketing team in the USA, namely between two individuals, Michael Katz and Tom Kalinske. Let's break this into two parts: the Katz Saga and the Kalinske Continuum. Michael Katz was hired on board to be head of marketing in 1989, just 1 month after the Genesis had been released, and was tasked with the monumental job of selling 1 million units in its first year. But who exactly was Michael Katz? Well, prior to being signed to Sega, Katz worked at Mattel and introduced Mattel's own video game console to the market. Mattel introduced the ColecoVision.
Your vision is our vision. ColecoVision.
After working with Coleco, Katz did a brief stint with Epix, where he went on to create the Impossible Mission and the Winter, Summer, and California game series. Despite the short-lived success, Epix fell into bankruptcy soon after, leaving Katz yet again looking for work, where eventually the president of Sega, Mr. Nakayama, reached out to him and offered a grand opportunity. So here Katz was, the new president of the Sega of America branch, tasked with popularizing a relatively unknown console in the shadow of the Goliath Nintendo. He initially sought to increase US development of software by around 30% in the first year alone, and focus on sports, arcades, and big-name hits in order to appeal to the public eye. With various arcade ports like Ghosts and Goblins, Altered Beast, and Strider, the Genesis would show its 16 brute strength.
Dave, we got your golden axe!
Or get Genesis by Sega. We bring the arcade experience home.
With popular sports games like football and boxing, Katz would sign Joe Montana to be the face of the arcade-influenced Joe Montana football in order to bolster sales. But Katz wanted more. He wanted to literally punch Nintendo's team in the gut, and while legally he couldn't find a way to do it, he found something better. Nintendo had just released a boxing game starring the, at the time, champion Mike Tyson. However, in 1990, Buster fought and defeated Tyson for the belt in Tokyo, making him a massive success. Katz saw this as an opportunity and signed him to be the face of Sega's own boxing game, James Buster Douglas Knockout Boxing, in order to at least figuratively punch Nintendo in the gut. However, this game wouldn't be released until the Kalinske Continuum, which we will discuss later. And as if these names weren't enough, Michael Jackson was also signed on to star in his own game with the Thriller soundtrack in Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. So, with a lineup of games, Katz had to find a way to market this to the public. With a budget of around $10 million, he had to use the money in a way which would really grasp a hold of the industry. What he came up with was a form of disruptive marketing through comparative advertising. Let's break that down. Disruptive marketing means introducing new ideas to a public. For example, that a 16-bit console is better than an 8-bit Nintendo console. And they did this to either a new or existing demographic in a new and exciting way. In this case, they did this to the mindless Nintendo drones of America. Okay, now let's take a look at comparative advertising. This method of advertising, as approved by the Federal Trade Commission, is a way to legally compare your own product to a competitor's to show which is better. So you put these two ideas together and you get a diabolical plan for success, which was dubbed as the Genesis Does What Nintendo Don't campaign.
Genesis does!
16-bit arcade graphics.
You can't do this on Nintendo! Genesis does!
16-bit sports action.
You can't do this on Nintendo! Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
does!
What Nintendo?
That was a brilliant move. Everyone knew Nintendo, but Sega? By comparing the two side by side, consumers quickly saw that Nintendo's stalwart armor was no longer the perfect system they had once thought it to be. With that, Sega launched as many ads as they could in magazines, airwaves, and televisions. Roll the tape.
It's summer, dudes, and this is hot.
Check this out, brand new 16-bit Super Nintendo with Super Mario World. Wow!
What's this one?
Oh, this is a Sonic the Hedgehog from Sega Genesis. Hey, look at these radical colors, huh?
Wow, Sonic's fast, too.
No, over here.
I like Genesis, and it costs a lot less.
Wait, kid, that game
I'll
there.
take Sonic and Genesis.
I knew that.
Smarty pants. Why can't it be more like that nice boy Mario? Oh! Little brat!
forgot what I was going to say.
Welcome to the next level.
Now, when you buy the Sega Genesis that comes with Sonic 1, you'll get Sonic 2 absolutely free. Sonic 2 handles stubborn stains, embarrassing bald spots, no problem. It even slices and dices, makes thousands of julienne fries. But wait, you can play it too. This free Sonic 2 is a $54.99 value. You get 2 Sonics for the price of 1. Sonic 2 fits easily into any tackle box. Made from a space-age polymer plastic for years of family fun, and pets love it too. Buy the Sega Genesis that comes with Sonic 1 and get Sonic 2 free.
Act now. Wiener Dog sweaters sold separately.
Despite the catchy advertising, sales were not up to par, and Katz fell short of the monolithic goal of 1 million Genesis sales. By the end of the year, Katz managed to move 350,000 units and launched the start of the spunky Sega marketing campaign. Nakayama was upset with both the lack of sales and his comparative advertising plan, seeing it as disrespectful. He was given a few months to finish his affairs when the new president of Sega of America would come to the office, Tom Kalinske. This marks the end of the Katz Saga. While he was instrumental in initiating the origins of Sega's rise to greatness, his campaign was ultimately cut short. Join us next time when we examine the man who replaced him and how he turned Sega into the world's top video game manufacturer.